Tucker, hello.
Hello.
Mr. Role Model.
Yes.
Cape Elizabeth native. I'm trying to think of the bio that would best represent yourself, but there's too much.
No, I know. Stop that.
There's so many things. We'll stop right there. You're just a dude from Maine.
Dude from Maine.
So good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for stopping in. I've been wanting to talk to you for so long. I remember seeing you back at the Palladium, like 2022 or yeah. And it's been quite the journey. 2025 though, how would you describe this year so far? It's been pretty nuts.
Yeah, nuts is a good word. Overwhelming, but very, very fun.
Oh my gosh.
I'm enjoying myself. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been fun to watch. I love how you're including us and taking us on this journey and just, we're getting to learn more about you more than ever. Does it feel like that?
It does. I feel like this is the most I've ever put my face on the internet, probably throughout my career. So it's a weird thing. Yeah, it's strange. It's definitely like the most front-facing year of my life, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of internet, we both have something in common. We were both unsuccessful nominees in People's Sexiest.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your category?
Radio. No, can you imagine if it was radio? You can't even see me and I still lose.
What was it?
No, it was TikTok.
Okay. That's huge.
Well,
weren't you were up against Connor Wood?
Yeah.
Yep.
And we lost to the Montana boy. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
you had some,
Look at you now.
Yeah.
Montana boys.
Haven't
where
won
are
it
they?
yet. Well, we try our best.
Yeah.
By the way, any new enemy updates? Did anyone add to the list lately?
No, today's been a good day. Yeah, I would hope that I will not have to update it for the next month or so, but we'll see.
That's right. Don't mess up the lattes.
Yeah.
Line at Starbucks. Just keep on his good side.
Right.
Well, congrats on the tour, man. You just wrapped up your sold-out tour in Boston. Can you encapsulate like what that tour has meant to you? Because it's just been, massive.
It's been by far the most special, but there's so much to it. It's like, one, I got to see, we put out the deluxe right before, after Australia, but right before the North America, which was 2 months long. And it was cool to be able to see the live reaction to that and to Sally, like firsthand, and getting to see it every day. And people learning those songs as you're playing them every night and getting louder and louder. So that was cool. I didn't have to like watch this like moment with the deluxe from my phone screen. I got to like see it and feel it, and that was cool. And also like the lines out front for this tour was like, they were long, but that's not the point. They were like,
they were long.
It was
stop right
like
there.
The first time that there's been, it's just like felt like there's a world now that people can dive into and like be a part of, and like without me even saying anything, there were like themed outfits when you look at the line, and like amazing outfits, and like all these just custom t-shirts that they would make, and like there's all these inside jokes, and like a world for people to like come dressed in. And then so that was amazing. I love seeing that. And I don't know, it's a very cool little community of divas at these shows, and they're all like friends, and they get along, and they make each other like friendship bracelets, and it's like a world, which feels cool.
It's gotta be like a dream come true, because you're like, you get to see it firsthand, from like the Gracie tour, or like, even from the outside of Taylor Swift and Beyonce, where it is these theme nights, and now to have it like at your own shows has got to be surreal.
It's cool. It's cool that like they like steered that ship. Like I did not say anything or do anything. They took that and ran with it and made it a thing. So it's cool. Just like the power that they have. It's very cool.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what they do on the road. You're on a monster lineup of festivals this year. Govball, ACL, Lala, Outside Lands. Do these shows get a Sally, or is that like going to be a game time decision?
No, I'm very excited for the festival Sallies. I don't know how. We'll see how that works. I don't know. We have nothing planned, but I'm very excited to find a Sally at a festival.
I feel like at that point it almost makes it easy. You can kind of hand pick, from maybe not hand pick, but like look at the lineup. Be like, yeah, Miley would do it. Or
it's gonna be so fun to have them like up on the big screen to have their own like little moment is going to be very cool. I'm excited.
And you're going to get to play in front of like, some people that aren't your fans at festivals.
For sure.
So how do you approach that show? Are you going to do anything different or?
No, I'm gonna
do me.
But like, it's kind of a similar thing. Like when I opened for Gracie, it's like those people are coming to see her show. So it's like, you do still have to win some people over. So I feel like I did a lot of that in the beginning of my career, of like opening for artists and having to win over crowds. And then recently I kind of got reintroduced to that with Gracie. And so now I feel like I'm used to it a little bit now. It'll be fine.
Used to winning them over.
Yeah.
Almost hope they don't like them.
I'll do my best. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, congrats on Kansas Anymore and the deluxe album. It's been so cool to see all your success with that project. Obviously, since the original came out, you've had a little bit of time. What are your feelings, sitting with this project now for some time?
To be honest, like I still listen to it. Like I am a fan of it still. And it just feels really good. Amazing word that I just used to describe it. It feels good.
Thumbs up.
I say this a lot, but I have really low expectations for everything. And so I went into releasing that album just not thinking people were going to care. And because I took a lot of time off and went pretty silent just in general on the internet and wasn't putting out music for a while, wasn't touring for a long time. It was like 2 years. But that was scary. That's like hard to come back from and like pull people back in. And to my surprise, people did care about the album, and then a lot more people cared, and it was cool. And so now I'm like, I want to drag it out as long as I can. I want to start the next album, but I also am like, I don't want this cycle touring album to end.
Just keep making a deluxe after deluxe.
I know. Maybe I'll just keep extending it. See,
37 songs.
Maybe I should do that.
The wine has officially run out. Sally's gone.
I know the label would love that. Just drag out the same album for 2 years.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of pressure too, I feel like, because, as you're waiting, like that pressure just builds up in your head. Like it's been 2 years. You're like, it gets even harder and harder to like, put yourself back out there and put that music out. What about your sound though? Like obviously you've had some shifts as you've grown and like figured out your sound. How would you say you've kind of like carved it and developed this new, version of?
I think I found myself finally. I started making music when I first started putting out music, it was right when I also like just started making it. Mm-hmm. And so it was brand new to me and I didn't know what I was doing right away. And like still like kind of don't, but I think people got to see me slowly figuring it out throughout the years and with everything I've put out. It's literally just been me like figuring it out and then also myself out and what I want to sound like or what I'm attracted to. And it's like when I was making this album in the beginning, it was just like throwing paint at the wall forever and trying, like I always have, just trying a bunch of different things and sounds and inspiration, pulling inspiration from 100 different places. And then I was just like not loving anything. Nothing felt genuine. I felt like this was the album where I like really had to solidify myself and my sound. Because there's like the sophomore curse or whatever, I think, right? And so I did feel pressure in a way. And so I took a break and was going home a lot. And my music taste kind of shifted and I was listening to things that like reminded me of home or things that like my parents listened to growing up. I think you get to a certain age where that starts to be like comforting. And a lot of that when I was younger was like mostly like Americana, folky music, like Jackson Browne and Neil Young and the band and just like kind of pure Americana. Mm-hmm. And that started bleeding in and I was like, I felt inspired finally again and kind of wanted to experiment with that. And songs just came a lot quicker rather than like taking a week to make a song because it was like being forced. Mm-hmm. Now it was like easy.
That's amazing. As I was gonna say, I was like, my favorite thing about your music is that like I love it, and then I'll go home, my parents will love it, and they're like Midwest parents. So
I know I'm finally getting like parents now.
I know.
That's huge.
What a crowd!
Huge for
Can you
me.
imagine? You got Brian from Michigan. He's 65, and then you got the gals.
Yeah, it's great.
It's the best sign that it's like universally loved. So
yeah,
just
I like
super proud of
winning over the dads at the shows
that
too.
pay to be there.
The ones that come with their daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and they're stiff as hell in the beginning, and then winning them over is the best. It's the best feeling ever.
Ever had like the temptation to be like that dude, get him up here for Sally? You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, we almost did. I think we brought his daughter up, and then I think we were all like, we should have brought him up.
Yeah, see him shake it loose.
I don't know.
You've talked about how on Kansas Anymore, it felt like therapy writing throughout the whole song process. How do you think you'll approach the next project? Do you think it'll be similar, or is that more like something you're not really thinking about?
Yeah, like writing wise, for sure. I think I found a way to do it that works really well, and it's just kind of stems from just being alone with a guitar in my home or wherever I am. I think that's the best way now for me to like start writing songs. And because I used to do it with like a producer in the room and kind of being a little bit collaborative, and it's hard to like open up and be honest with someone in the room. I think better songs come from being alone. So as far as that goes, it'll be the same probably, and it has been the same. But like as far as the world and like the sound, I want to try and shift that a little bit and elevate it, but not stray too far from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What kind of place would you say you're in creatively right now?
It's a good question. I don't really know how to answer that. Like,
Good.
I feel creative. I have the problem is I just have these like very small windows at the moment where I can go into the studio and like make music again. And so in those little windows, it's like get as much out as you can right now, and then hopefully towards the end of the summer I'll have like more time and to dig in. But it's in the small windows I've had, it has been amazing to like write again and make music again. It feels great. Yeah, I still like what I do. That's a good thing.
Absolutely. If someone was to pick you as a Sally, and everyone does these trends where it's like, here's what I would do if I was the Sally tonight, what would your version be, and what would that moment look like?
Oh, what would I do? I think I would put on like a kind of a skin tight jumpsuit with like a deep V,
Of course.
very colorful and shiny, and then I would just attempt backflips off of the stage and whatnot. And yeah, I feel like people aren't doing that.
It's a big thing right now.
I know.
Everyone's waiting for fall.
I feel like people aren't doing that, so I think that would be my thing.
All right.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Full
I can
gymnastics
see it. I can
show.
almost see what that would look like.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Dude, let's talk about sex. Good sex.
Oh my God.
Good sex. Mark Ruffalo, Natalie Portman, Netflix rom-com. How did this come to be? How are you preparing? Like, tell me all you can about it.
I don't even know. I back in September, I had heard from like multiple people that Lena Dunham was like asking about me and just being like, who is this guy? What do you think of him? What's his deal? And I was like, why is Lena Dunham asking about me? And then finally she wanted to get on a call and said she had a part for me in a movie that she was making. And as soon as she said rom-com, I was like, yes. Didn't hear anything else. I just heard rom-com and I was like, this is my dream. Yeah. And then it has not felt real until recently. But I don't know how I got put in that her world, but I'm like beyond blessed. I love Lena Dunham so much, and the rest of the cast I've gotten to know, and so I love everyone.
It's amazing.
It's fun.
I love how you say it doesn't feel real, because like you could tell how even us, like the public, were like, is this real? Like when you post that?
So that's the thing is like as soon as I announced it and just seeing how shocked people were, and also just like I joke around a lot on the internet, and so everybody thought I like photoshopped myself in to this photo, and I was making a joke, and everybody was like, I had to go double check this like 5 times, and so then that is when I like fully was like, oh, this is real, and this is insane that my face is my name is in this,
and not just anybody. See, like Mark Ruffalo, Natalie Portman, huge.
It's unbelievable.
It's massive.
Have
you did you grow up in theater, acting?
No.
Like how, no,
no.
How are you prepping? Are you doing acting classes or what's?
No, I'm like
just doing me.
Like Lena has been really like I've become very close with her because she just like is kind of walking me through it and like holding my hand through this whole thing, and has just been checking in every day and like allowed me to have like a line of communication to just like ask her any questions. And so yeah, she's been helping me a lot out. And yeah, it still is insane, but I think it's just gonna be really fun. She's making it very casual and laid back and like no pressure, and she's for some reason is trusting me, but I don't know why.
You got to ask her what it was that caught her eye, because I'm so curious. Like,
well,
was it on? Oh, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to know.
It was what she said was that my presence on the internet.
Okay.
She felt like I'm already acting and I'm already performing, and I was like, "You're right." But this is also kind of just who I am.
What a crazy world.
But I think that was what did it, I think.
Post on TikTok, you know? You never know what can happen. St. Laurent Cowboy just landed you
Yeah.
Netflix rom-com.
It's the one good thing he's done, my God.
Yeah. Music, acting, like what else do you want to do? Is there anything that like now you know that the world's your oyster you would want to try?
I don't know. I'm so bad with like making goals for myself. I would love a vacation. That would be fun. That's something I'm like putting at the top. Aside from that, I don't know. I'm doing a lot of these things I want to do. Like a lot of these festivals are like my dream festivals and things that I missed because the last time we did festivals was like 2022. So I'm just like happy with everything that is currently on the plate. I don't need more. I'm good.
What's his dream spot? Is like vacation just going home, or is it more so you want to take a proper trip?
I would do both, but I need to go home. I'm overdue for a trip home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything music-wise you can let us know you're working on? Any more bonus tracks? You might throw on a deluxe?
Well, you just sparked my mind. Now I'm like, how long can we drag out a deluxe and a deluxe of the deluxe? And I feel like artists aren't doing that, so maybe I'll just keep adding on. I won't, but...
Just for the bit,
can clip
please.
it and use it. But
I think in 20 years it'd be hilarious. You're just like
it's the same album.
You're just 40 in the same outfit. Like you just redo the picture every year.
Yeah,
it'd be amazing.
No, I'm working on new music, but who knows? We'll see.
All right, wrapping on a quick game here called Role Model or Not. So you tell me if these people are role models or not.
Oh, okay, great.
From the role model himself, Ross from Friends.
I've never seen Friends, but I'm gonna say role model.
Okay. He's not a bad dude, you know?
That seems fine.
The valedictorian from your high school.
Was my best friend. Role model.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Great role model then.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Where would you stack up in there? Were you like...
Wait, what is valedictorian?
Number 1 in the class.
No.
What did you think it meant?
I think I'm thinking like school government, like...
class president?
No, my best friend was definitely not even in the top 50%. Who would that have been? Not a role model, for sure.
Not?
Yeah, probably a snob.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't hang out with those kids.
Jake Shane.
Not a role model.
Sorry, Jake.
He's my enemy.
Shrek.
Role model.
Great dude.
Yeah,
Father.
Good heart.
Husband.
Yep.
Ogre. The average Maine resident.
Role model. Well, it depends where. It's... I'll just say role model.
I mean, we're looking at both ends. Does it come back to above average?
There's definitely some different pockets of me, but I'm just gonna say role model.
Overall good. All right, last one is Sally.
From Harry Met Sally? Or Sally, the one I wrote about?
No, definitely Harry Met Sally. No.
Harry Met Sally?
No, yeah, you're Sally.
My Sally? Role model. Good person.
Great person. I love that. This is Harry met Sally. No, the Sally you went to school with, the valedictorian.
Yeah.
No. Lastly, on the show, we always share like a good news moment. What's some good news recently? You have so many good things happening in life, but what's like maybe a moment that made you smile recently, or with some good news from role models' life or day?
I don't know. My song is on the radio.
Yeah. It's great news.
And it's creeping up. That is amazing news for me.
It's the best news.
Yeah. I get it now I get like a little update on Twitter every week, and it's like, tells me about where my song is on the radio.
Chart-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I need to turn it off now, though. Now that I know it's going good now, but as soon as it starts to decline, I need to not get those notifications.
Well, congratulations on all the success. It's been so fun to watch your journey. It's so nice to officially sit down with you, and thank you for the time. And
yes, you too.
Can't wait to see you out on the road and on Netflix soon.
And on Netflix. In like
Oof.
2027, though, I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be worth it.
See you
all
all right.
We'll see you in 2027. Role model. Thank you.